Welcome back to the Unanimous Decision Podcast. I am your host, D Palm. Follow me on Blue Sky, Instagram, all the socials at DPalm66. Follow the show at UDPod. Follow the entire MTR network at, you guessed it, the MTR network. You found us. Don't you dare lose us. Subscribe on iTunes, subscribe on Spotify, subscribe on YouTube. That's right, YouTube, dragging this podcast into 2015, one episode at a time. Thank you for joining us. We're brought to you as always by DanielPalmerMortgages.com. If you can afford your rent, you can afford a mortgage. It's my job to help you qualify. Also, check out my other podcasting venture, Life, Love, and Real Estate. About to record a very good episode talking to one of my old clients, kind of about their situation, how they got to their home, and how things have been going since they moved in. Very excited to share that with you guys. Also, make sure you do the whole thing. Subscribe, like. I don't know how it helps, but I think it helps. So make sure it helps. Also, I'm starting to put shorts out on YouTube with these episodes. So if you guys go to YouTube and you find little shorts, like we talked about, some of the stuff that happened this weekend in the NFL before it even happened, because we're just that good. But we're going to talk about it some more because you're not here to talk to me. You're here to listen to Felder, because it's a Felder Monday, y'all. Happy Monday. What up, Felder?
What's going on, dude?
Happy King Day, man.
Yes. Shout out to Martin Luther King. For everyone that thinks he was some docile, passive leader, read a book and watch footage. This man was aggressive. And I'll say this, for any of the white listeners, for any of the brown listeners, for any of the poor listeners, he was down there to fight for everybody.
Yep.
And I don't think we talk about that enough, that this man was pro-union. He was pro-poor. Not like it's good to be poor, but like, I want to help poor people.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what walk of where you come from.
Right.
And obviously, we know his main cause was equality, but he meant equality across the board.
It's interesting because before he was assassinated, the last speech he gave was about economic solidarity amongst the lower American class. He got ran out of Chicago giving that speech, went to Memphis to regroup, and of course we know what happened there.
It's just a thing that it feels lost to time immemorial. Like it feels lost to time, where people, they're like, oh, he was just real good for black people. And I'm like, no, dude.
They're
and by the way, also, fuck Gandhi. Massive racist.
Let's focus on the there's two things. There's two things I always say about Dr. King. One, he's the greatest American this country ever produced, because he looked at the way this country treated him and his people and said, I believe in your ability to be better. I believe in it more than you believe in it. And two, the very elementary way, the way I talk about King to elementary school children is I say to them, was Dr. King the hero of his story? And they say yes. I look them in the eye and say, then who was the villain?
That's fantastic.
You need to make the intellectual turn of the people fighting him were the United States of America.
Yeah.
And those are the two things, like, they're both true. He's the greatest American this country's ever produced, and his country was determined to destroy him. And those two things,
and they succeeded
in equality, make him even greater.
And I just like, yes, 100%. I mean, in the pantheon of America, I agree with you. I think he's the best American we've ever had. Mm-hmm. And that's American.
Yep.
Not Black American.
Nope.
Fuck, my dad just got here. Not Black American. American. Hang on a second. We talk about it a lot with like sports, right?
Yeah.
Where like there's just guys who get it. He got it at the highest level.
Yeah.
In terms of what needs to happen. I think about Dr. King a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Because it's about being the change that you want to see. And honestly, like if I bring it down to just to the micro, not the macro, the micro.
Right.
I'm trying to be the change that I want to see in fathers.
Yep.
I'm trying to be the change that I like we have dads at my school that volunteer once a month and think that they are changing the world. I volunteer at my kid's school every day.
Right.
And I hope, what I wish is that more of them would volunteer every day.
Yeah.
And then it would make the school a better place. I am the
100%.
only man in the private WhatsApp for my school that is concerned with ICE because they are scared to put some of these other dads in there. And again, being the change that you want to, and that's the biggest thing, my biggest takeaway.
Yeah.
Is being the change that you want to see. And I know he's not a good man, Michael Jackson, but like I'm looking at the man in the mirror, and
Right.
if you want to make the world a better place, take a look in your face and make a change. And I think Dr. King embodied that. And so, I mean, obviously, I grew up in my grandma's house had a huge Dr. King, like a, framed.
Yeah.
So it just, oh, fuck, dude. I'm trying not to cry.
Well, I'm going to keep you from crying because we're talking about football now.
Okay. Thank you.
Because recording, we want to give y'all something before the national title game tonight because a lot of these pregame shows are going to be doing a lot of stuff, and we kind of want to talk a little ball before we get to the NCAA of it all. I got to talk about the divisional round. Let's start in the AFC. Felder, God damn it, I was out. I was free. How the fuck are the Patriots back in the Super Bowl?
Dude, they're back.
This is ridiculous.
Yo, you know what's crazy? Yo. Shout out Drake May, baby.
Dog, I do it. I was like, hey, man.
Shout out Drake May. Let's go.
Let's talk about the Pats game first. Pats 28, Texans 16. CJ Stroud, what the fuck, man?
I don't know what he was doing.
This is 2 weeks in a row. What the fuck is
He's
this?
just out there, being out there. Right? Am I wrong?
Dog, someone told me the stat before this game was that in playoff games quarterbacked by CJ Stroud, his team had allowed 32 total points, and the defense had also scored 32 total points.
Yeah, the defense is legit. Put the ball in the end zone. That's where it goes.
Dog, what are we doing, CJ Stroud?
By the way, shout out to Matt Stafford.
We'll get there.
Okay, we'll get there.
But CJ Stroud, like let's start with the loser. I hate talking about losers first. We're gonna talk about losers because Will Anderson in that defense,
they are
those
amazing.
Fucking dogs.
Yes,
I feel terrible for them.
Yeah, like you. Listen,
so well.
Let me tell you something. I played on a defense like this in high school.
Oh.
We lost high school football games 10-6.
Oh.
14-8. Like we lost games like that. We played Rock Hill Northwestern. I think we lost to them 17-6.
And you got to remember, like when you hear numbers like that, that's a defense that's on the field the entire goddamn game.
And you're looking around like, hey man, do anything.
Nice of y'all to show up offense. Could you please wake up?
Do anything. What are y'all doing? It's not a party. You're not just hanging out.
It's not.
And that's what it feels like when you watch the Texans. Is like the offense is just, you know what? They're sitting on the back on the back wall.
It's wild because like I know I've seen it when CJ Stroud has time and he can I've seen him be a good NFL quarterback. It feels like last week and this week it's like maybe I don't know what I saw. Maybe I'm wrong because like 4 picks is ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's not okay.
Unacceptable.
Not okay. And you just like these aren't scores you're supposed to lose by.
I do like that this game had 2 coaches who are definitely Ring of Honor guys for their respective teams as linebackers.
Sure.
I think that's dope. That's dope to me.
Oh, listen, I love D'Amico.
D'Amico Ryan, so much fun, dog.
Bro, I will say this. I don't know if you've seen it, but watching D'Amico and Mike Tomlin embrace.
Yeah, after last week, yeah.
That shit was so dope, dude. Like, it was so tight to just see two black men be like, hey, he lost a game. He said, hey, go do it.
Go do it.
Go do it.
CJ Stroud ended that shit immediately.
CJ Stroud was like, no, I'm from California, so I don't know what y'all talking about.
This is cold as fuck. Let's talk about the Patriots, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Drake May, baby. Let's go, UNC.
Tell me. You tell me about Drake May.
Dude, this is the best quarterback that UNC's ever produced. I did not believe that UNC could produce a quarterback.
Thank you. I wanted to hear you say that part. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, I talk to TJ all the time, TJ Yates.
Yeah.
By the way, TJ, to go back to the Texans, their first ever playoff win was at the hands of my boy, TJ. Okay?
Strong UNC connections on this.
Mike Felder got his hands on everything, dog. Don't play me. I got my hands on everything. Listen, I'm a part of the game. Don't play me. Anyway. But Drake is good. Drake, and he's gotten so much, he keeps getting better. And I think that's the part that's been really
interesting. That's the thing that's getting me is that, I'm watching him, he'll make a mistake and then not make it again for the rest of the game or for the rest of the next couple of series of games. It's the market,
and the ball placement. Oh my God.
He's the reason why my stock on, and we're talking about the title game in a second. My stock of Mendoza keeps going up because arm strength is one thing, but that ball control and placement is a motherfucker. Speaking of motherfuckers, hey, look, man. The Broncos won. Bo Nix broke his ankle. Jarrett Stidham's about to get his start. Fuck the Patriots, but they're about to go to the Super Bowl. The Bills lost by 3. And you can point to whoever you want to point to whose fault it was. But as we go to record today...
Did you know who they pointed to?
Sean McDermott got his ass fired.
Yeah.
Now, Felder, I'm going to ask you this, and I mean it completely sincerely. How'd this man keep this job this long? Because you and I were recording on this podcast a couple years ago when the comments from years before that were leaked to the media. For those who don't remember, about 4 years ago, Sean McDermott was doing a team meeting and said, hey, we need to be more like these examples of unity, these people who are focused on a singular goal to achieve and see what they pulled off. And the people he used in that example were the 9/11 hijackers. And I'm not telling a joke. Google it.
I forgot about that.
I've never told a joke. That happened. And then 2 years later, when they were on a losing skid, the story leaked. So we found out about it.
I forgot about that.
It happened. They ended up winning a bunch of games and not firing his ass. But I was like, hey, man, once that story's out, it's only a matter of time.
I forgot about that. Here's what I'm going to say. There are a lot of other analogies he could have used.
So many other analogies.
I know what he's going for, but at the end of the day, if your goal is to fly a plane into a building, maybe that's not what I want to do with my football team.
Hey, man.
Not even just the terrorist part. Just I want to win a Super Bowl.
Being goal-oriented and of single-mindedness. And I'm like, hey, Sean, use any other analogy, Sean.
Yeah, dude. I literally wrote the goal-oriented part about it. I wrote about it this past week. And because John Calipari, right? Where's he at? Right. Arkansas? Is that right?
Arkansas, yeah.
And they lost to Auburn. And he said, I told my assistant coaches, throw the tape in the trash. Throw the tape in the trash. That's not the team that we are. Let's go out and be the team that we want to be. And again, to relate things to parenting, I relate that to parenting.
Yeah.
Where if my kid has a bad day, it's not worth berating. It's not worth punishment. It's not worth any of that. What we do is we wake up and we have a better day tomorrow. And I think that's a better way to say what he was trying to say.
Man. Sean, you were on ticking clock, second that story, buddy. And look, you lose this. Okay, so I wanted to pull this up. because I've heard a lot about Josh Allen. Da, 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 da. I'm not going to get into those conversations or debates right now, but I will say this: that it's very funny that we give certain players a lot of help for not lacking success, and Josh Allen seems to be protected from it. I want to tell you the names of the quarterbacks Josh Allen has beaten in the postseason: Phillip Rivers, Lamar Jackson, Mac Jones, Skylar Thompson, Mason Rudolph, Bo Nix, and Trevor Lawrence.
I mean, I know who they are because I cover college football, but I don't think any of them are very good.
No, Lamar.
Lamar, yes.
But the rest, it's like, hey man, maybe if you expand the playoffs and give Josh Allen a chance to beat up on these bums who shouldn't be in the playoffs, yes, he's going to accumulate a pretty good playoff record. Yeah. However, when he gets to the divisional round and the championship round, that's where things tend to fall apart for old buddy. And I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm not saying he's the reason. I am saying that a change at coach is the least they could do right now if they want to make sure that they maximize whatever window they believe they have.
Yeah, I agree with that. We don't need to talk about Seattle and San Francisco.
Hey, man. Yeah, there's nothing to say except they're weight classes for a reason, and there's too many injuries on the Niners. Like, it was a great story for as long as it lasted, but it was always going to end this way. Now, let's talk about
I just say this?
Go ahead.
140 passing yards for the leading passer in the game, Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy was the leading passer.
Everyone's hurt.
But what I'm saying is, how do you lose? I got to get the calculator out for this one. 41
Felder
minus 6.
Felder math.
35. How do you lose by
Negro, you did
35?
Not subtract 41 from 6.
It's 41-6, right?
That's 30. You can't just look at that and say 35?
No, bitch, is not what I do.
Hold on, time out. We're having a
I didn't mean to call you bitch. I'm just saying.
No, bitch, I don't give a fuck. It's words. I don't care. I was offensive lineman. You can't curse me out worse than I've been cursed out by an old man.
Oh, trust me, I played defensive back. Neither can you.
You know. So, 41-96, just for you and me and our own edification. If you take away one from both of those, you get 40.
You're doing extra stuff. You know what I did? I did it real quick with this.
40 minus 5. You make it real easy, and now it's 35.
And then I got to put the 1 back in there.
There's no 1. No, Negro, no. The 1s are taken away from both of them. Take 1 away from both. Now it's 40 to 40. Yeah,
this is. Listen, I do this with my daughter all the time, and I can do it if I've got pen and paper, and I can do it. I can do it that way. Idea. We operate. We work on the 10s. We work on 10s. And you do 10s, and then you do 10s, and then you have the 1s and the 5. I know how to do it. I'm not an idiot.
That's how my mind's always done math. And the fact it's how they're teaching it now, I'm like, you assholes. Teachers tell me to show my work. Motherfucker, I know how to get to the number anyway.
My parents are both math teachers. I know how to do it. I'm trying to work expeditiously. Okay? Now look at that. See? You didn't expect that word to come out.
I did expect that word. You're a smart man. That's why I'm surprised by the other thing. All right.
And Kenneth Walker, I think it's awesome to watch him play. I'm trying to get back to football.
I am too.
They lost by 35. It's not a normal. Here's the thing. It's not a normal football score.
Nigga, if you add 1 to one of them, then it becomes 42 to. You can do that math.
42-7. Yeah, I know what that is. That's easy.
Right, I'm done.
42-7. I get that. 41-6. I'm like, what is this?
Let's just. Kenneth Walker runs the angry man. There's no passing yard. This is a grinded out game. I do not know.
But how do you grind it out game 41-6?
I do not know what this quarterback looks like in a shootout, which is going to be against the Rams. I do not know what you want him to do. I don't know what you want me to believe he can do.
What can he do?
Ginger Cut over here riding the coattails of a fantastic defense. It feels very Russell Wilson-ish.
Yeah, what can he do? What can Sam Darnold do?
Because, because next week, say what you will about whatever, we'll talk about the other side in a second. When they play the Rams, there's going to be times where you're going to need Sam Darnold's arm to win you a game, and that's not going to work out well for you.
I'm gonna say something.
Say it.
I had to pretend to be impressed with Sam Darnold when we were doing recruiting.
Okay, all right, got you.
And I was like, I don't see what it is.
Yeah.
Then I had to pretend to be impressed with Sam Darnold when he got drafted in the first round. And I was like, what do you need me to say? I'll say it. It's fine.
It's my job. I know my job is, damn it.
I was like, listen, in those situations, every time I say there's a lot of potential. I front porch it with potential.
Yeah.
You can see that he can move. You can see that he's got some good arm talent. You can see that he does this. So I never say I like him. I never do that. I'm not a liar. I'm not a liar. I never lie. I got into a huge fight with my producer about Jabril Peppers because they kept trying to make me say that he's the best corner in the nation when he's coming out of high school. And I was like, this guy's not a corner. He's no good. To the point where they were like, you get offset. Get offset. We'll let somebody else say it. And I was like, that's fine. I think I'm right. And guess what?
I'm not a liar.
I'm not a liar. And guess what? Was I right? Yeah, I was right.
Who's it about?
Jabril Peppers.
About who? Yeah.
About Jabril Peppers being a great corner. And I was like, he's not a corner. He's a money.
You're right.
He's a big money. Like, if they would have let me compare him to like Cam Chancellor.
Yeah.
Now we're in shape. Now we're in business. He's a safety or a big money. That's it.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, best corner. And I was like, fuck no. The fuck he is. But with Sam Darnold, I was with Sam Darnold, I was like, he has potential. He has potential. You know, it's like
pieces.
Yeah, it's like a girl with crooked teeth and, glasses. Like, she got potential.
See, no. Oh, potential. Okay, so for what? 4 years, we've been covering even lightly Caleb Williams.
Yes.
And
more than
4
that.
years, longer than that, because he came in super heralded at Oklahoma.
Yeah, high school.
For as long as I've talked about Caleb Williams, I've said the same things about Caleb Williams. Talent out of the building, talent.
Yes.
Can't imagine being that good at anything in my life kind of talent.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing.
I always said I did not love his lack of dedication to fundamentals. And part of that is that I was raised and I played football with guys. None of us were athletic outliers in that way. We had to out-scheme you. We had to be assignment perfect for us to be successful.
Yeah,
I had to know exactly what I was doing all the time to be good at football.
Look at the list of guys. We've talked about this before. Shit, where's my phone? Sorry, my 11 o'clock alarm went off.
This year, we've seen the top end of his talent flash in times when it needed to.
Right.
When I tell you that pick in overtime, that's the downside. Like, that's it. It's not just the fact that he's going to make a mistake. The fact that eventually that mistake will be critical.
Yeah.
And he will see no need for introspection after that mistake because of all the successes that got him to that point.
Here's what I'm going to say. And I've said it before. I will say it again. Every quarterback that Lincoln Riley has, they have to unlearn. I'll put Urban Meyer in there too. Every quarterback that Urban Meyer or Lincoln Riley that they've had to unlearn everything and then learn how to play actual football in the NFL. It's like when you get a defensive lineman and you just let them run as fast as they can around, instead of teaching them a move and then a backup move and then a counter move.
Davian Clowney.
Yeah, we talked about this before?
This last week because we talked about this because we were talking about Caleb and we were talking about this exact thing and like, hey man,
and Ben is doing a good job. Ben has done a
fantastic job of being like, do the basic shit and then we have the freedom to do this extra shit. My only thing about the extra shit is that this is how you're always running that. And guess what? It's worth the risk because they got here. I can't
It
sit here and
is.
say they shouldn't have done this. However, I will tell you that moments like last night happen
Yes.
not in a vacuum.
I know. And then you see Matt Stafford. Boy.
Hey, can I say something that I said out loud this week that I don't know if anyone else agrees with me? And you've seen a lot more live football than I have because you did all the recruiting camps.
Yeah.
The most impressed I've ever been with a live thrown football is watching Matthew Stafford in college throw football.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's like it is his. It's art. His arm talent's so good we don't get mad at him about underachieving in Denver or Detroit. Excuse me. That's how good his arm is. Like his arm is mine since the second I saw him throw a football. Like, I've never seen a football thrown like that.
He's one of the toughest people in the world too. Like truly,
he's a quarterback who breaks the line into football player.
Yes, 100%. He, and we'll talk about the national championship game because Mendoza to me has also broken that line.
Football player, yeah.
But Tom Brady also broke that line. He gets up. You know what he's not? God, I hate to say this because I love him, but
every time.
I hate to say this because I love LeBron. But he don't look for the refs ever. Matt Stafford don't look for the refs at all.
No. Ever.
He gets smoked. And he's like, all right, come on.
The hits he was taking yesterday.
Let's go run a play. He gets smoked and gets up and is like, let's go run a play.
I love the playoffs because we're all watching the same thing.
Yeah.
At one point, Jared Verse hit Caleb Williams so goddamn late that I was like, all right, that was it. You got to call that one. And normally I'm like, it's 1-2. Nah. He took 2 extra steps and ran through fucking.
He smoked him. And I'll be honest, I love it.
Oh, look, I'm not complaining. It was definitely a flag, though. It's definitely a flag.
Yeah. But Verse is, by the way, Verse is a monster. We can talk about Stafford, we can talk about this offense, but that defense for the Rams,
they've come on late this year, man. They've looked really good.
Take no prisoners.
As things have gotten to matter more.
Take no prisoners.
So are we united taking the Patriots over the Broncos over Jared Stidham?
Yeah. What?
Okay. And then this Rams Seahawks thing, I'm taking the quarterback. I'm taking Staff. Fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
I'm
Seahawks
taking
team
Stafford,
is so
of
good,
course. Can we get to the title game? It's tonight.
All right, you're right. I've been pontificating tonight. Miami, Indiana. The line has moved a lot, and since we talked about this the first time, 13-2 Miami, technically not hosting the 15-0 Indiana Hoosiers, even though the game is in Miami. Felder,
you seen the get-in
price? Fantastic. I actually listened to your scheme school with Richard Johnson over at Split Zone Duo. What do you see when so let's talk about kind of before we get into the nitty-gritty of the game, the stories here. I think that what is that face?
The get-in prices dropped by $2,000.
Wait, what?
The get-in price was $2,400. The get-in price now, it's $400.
Oh, soft market. If you're in the town, man, go to the game.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
That's that's 2 days.
Yeah, that's from earlier this weekend.
Yeah.
That's wild. That's wild. Indiana's a fantastic story. It is the greatest turnaround story history of college football. In 2 years, it went from the losingest program of all time to literally an unstoppable Indiana Hoosier-shaped juggernaut powered by home field apparel. On the other side, Mario Cristobal, for what you may think about his abilities as a head coach, has completed a career arc that is fantastic. He got fired at FIU, fired at FIU, went to Nick Saban's School for Wayward Boys, parlayed that into the Oregon job, and now has returned home to his alma mater, to the place where he grew up, to return them to greatness. 2 lost teams shouldn't be in the playoff. I'm not going to debate that, but I also won't debate that this team has kicked ass as they've been there. Felder, before we get into nitty gritty, like, does one story stand out more to you?
I think that's an interesting question. I think Indiana as a whole, that's a thing that like you can make a movie about.
For sure.
I think that what stands out for me is Miami. And I have a real problem with this idea of we're back. We had it with Texas. Yeah. We had it with LSU. We've had it with I hate it. You're a completely different team. No one on this Miami team, no one. It's 2026.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me do the math.
The oldest player in Indiana is 24. He was born in 2002. I'm just going to fast forward this.
No, I'm doing the math myself. Don't stop me.
You don't trust my math? Wait a second. It's one thing not to trust your math.
I'm just saying, no one on this Miami team saw them win the national championship.
It's true.
So they're not back from what?
So let's time out that really quickly. That's a larger discussion, I think, as we look at legacy media approaching this new era of college football, because it's a different sport than it was 25 years ago.
It's a completely different sport. They didn't watch Ed Reed play football. They never saw Jonathan Vilma play football.
The national media selling this game is to bring in the casual.
Yeah, because they're 40 like us.
I'm explaining why.
They're 40 like us, or they're 50, or they're 60. Hey, man, guess what?
You really got to remind them. Remember Ed Reed? Come on, watch the team again. And there's not. The thing, other side of that is there's no play.
They never saw Michael Irvin play football. They never saw him play football, period.
I'm not talking
not just Miami. I'm talking about the Cowboys. They never seen him play. And then he's showing his six-pack on the sideline out there acting a monkey.
Cocaine, a hell of a drug.
But what I'm saying is, I will say this, because this has nothing to do with Miami's players. I think that and we talked about this. I've gone back to just looking at numbers instead of looking at trying to remember names. But I know Bain is 4. Methuselah, I think, is 3. And is it Cook? Whoever 0 is to me the biggest player in this game. He's the most important part.
The safety?
Yes. I think that's the most important part. But they never saw any of those guys play. They don't like all I'm thinking about. So here are my 2 storylines. Indiana, that's a Disney movie.
Yes.
Miami,
a less obviously racist. Remember the Titans.
Yes. And Miami is like please shut the fuck up. Like, I think Indiana's, I'll say this, and I've already written this, and I'm going to say it again. I think Indiana is going to win.
Okay.
But I hope Miami wins. So those fans, like, it can slake their thirst.
Yeah.
And to have them shut the fuck up, it would be nice.
But the thing is, you're old enough to remember this is not going to shut them up. They're just going to get louder.
Yeah, I know. That's
right. How they work.
But at least they get you get a taste.
You get the edge off. Take the edge off a little bit.
Yeah, you get a taste. If they can get a taste and they win, and that's good, because right now they're not even happy with how things are going. Because they were like, everybody doubted us. We overcame everything. I was like, bro, especially we're recording this on MLK Day, we shall overcome. Yo, bro.
If you weren't assholes, it's a great underdog story. But you're assholes.
Exactly. Yes, that's a very good way to put
If
it.
you guys weren't assholes,
I know
you'd
some
really be
very
on your
nice
side.
Miami fans. I know some very nice Miami
So do
fans,
I. Oh yeah.
but I also know a lot of them or interact unwillingly
Unwilling.
with
No one's
with a lot of asshole fans.
a lot of asshole Miami fans out there, and they tend to show up in times like these. When Indiana has the ball, do you think that their ability to kind of move that pocket and get things away from Ruben Bain to slow down that pass rush is going to help with Mendoza's ability to locate that football? Or does Miami's kind of, and I'll be honest, I was Ruben Bain like not quite a believer until the A&M game, and I watched what he did that defensive line, offensive line. I was like, oh, this is that real shit. He shouldn't get to play anyone all year, and then he did it again against Ohio State. He did. He's at the point right now where I'm like, you got to scheme to the point where if your launch point is 5 yards back or 5 steps, it can't be a static 5. It's got to be a half roll. It's got to be a boot. It's got to be something to at least wear his ass out to where he's not teeing off on a poor offensive tackle for 4 fucking quarters.
Right. Well, the thing is that they have. Help. I called him Methuselah. His name's Mesidor. I want to make sure I get that right. The thing for me is they come from both sides.
Yeah.
And that, how do you move the pocket that way? That means you're going to have to and I think we talked about it on Scheme School, but you're going to have to minimum chip.
Minimum. Easy.
Minimum. You're going to have to chip. If you're going to do a half roll, that tight end is, here's what I would do. I would my 5 offensive linemen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And instead of putting my tight end right next to him, I'm having my tight end in that wing spot.
Okay.
Let him come off the line, and then let the tight end have
secure that hip, secure that outside hip as you go in.
Bingo. Oh, by the way, I do that in carpool. I'm 100% sure that no one knows what it means. They have no clue.
You're chipping, you're bumping, releasing cars.
Like literally, let me show you. When I'm in when I'm doing carpool, I do this. I do this in carpool, and they're like, and I'm sure none of these people know what I'm talking about
at all.
But I do it every day, and I'm like, I think they'll get the picture.
It's amazing. How
Be on their hip. Be on their hip. Be on their hip.
Get in their pocket. He goes to get some water. You're in his pocket, getting that water, like that kind of shit.
Yeah. And so I literally, yeah, I do this in carpool. You know when you push coverage?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pull
the string.
Yeah.
Okay, stop. All right.
So no, I do think
video. It's very funny.
I do think you have to, you're gonna have to chip. You gotta pick one. But if you're gonna do, like you said, the half rolls, that tight end's gonna have to chip before he peels out.
Yeah.
And your running back's probably gonna have to, like, I what I'm thinking about are functional targets.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you look at Indiana, what do they have? They've got Cooper, Surratt, Williams, and I love Becker. Becker to me is like a tall, stretched out Hunter Renfrow. It's not just because he's white. But like the way that he plays is very in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. And so when I look at them play, if you can't have 4 guys out there,
right,
at wide receiver with Bain and Mesidor.
You can't
do it, and that's the problem that you have to overcome. And your tight end, I like their tight end, but at the end of the day, he's going to have to do some extra work, which means you got to take one of those guys off the field. Mm-hmm. And that's the part of football that I really love.
The game within the game, if you will.
Right. Like, you got to realize, for people who don't know, we call them personnel packages. And so you can have one running back, one tight end. That's 2. Then you have 3 receivers because you can only have 5 people that can catch the football. You can have 12 people, which is 1 running back and 2 tight ends. Or you can have 10 people, which is 1 running back, no tight ends, which means you have 4 wide receivers. I'm doing the math. See how I'm doing that math? See how that math works for me?
Look, you're working off 5 very easily, my brother.
Or you could have 0 people.
Yeah.
It's 5 wide receivers. But you can't have 5 wide receivers against Miami.
You can't.
You're going to get your ass eaten up.
You're going to get your quarterback hit.
Yeah, he's going to get hit. And I wanted to say this with respect to Mendoza. I was listening to an interview with him, and he's like, man, I always get up because I see what these guys do every day. Talking about his offensive line, his defense. Shout out to Coogan, by the way. He's like, I see what these guys do every day, like just in practice. And I don't do that. So I owe it to them to get up.
Football player.
That's a football player, right?
Football player.
Like he knows.
Flip the script.
He knows. He wears a red jersey.
Yep. I can't be touched.
No one touched. This man goes through an entire week of practice, doesn't get touched.
Unblemished.
And if someone touched him, Kurt Signetti will cuss them out.
At the very least.
Bro, I got close to our quarterback one time. And Gary Tranquil threw his hat on the ground and said, God damn it, Felder. And I was like, hey, man, at least he knows my name. All right, what do you got? We're talking Miami's offense?
Miami got the ball. I think it's interesting. Miami is an A-gap, beat you up offense, excuse me. Big up front. But they also a passing game that's built around their slot receiver.
I like Mark Fletcher.
So I think that their biggest problem for them, is how assignment conscious this Indiana team is. Because they've been very good. Like if you watch the Ole Miss game back, Miami, they do a good job against Miami's like extended running game, like those long horizontal passes, until they didn't. Until someone made one mistake, and then Malachi Tony's all of a sudden 40 yards away. Like, why is no one near that nigga? And so, like, is you're not going to get that against these 20. Malachi Tony's 18. The starting safety for Indiana is 24 years old. You will not. If you're waiting on a coverage bust, it could be a very long night in South Florida.
Yes, so I'm gonna start with Mark Fletcher.
Okay,
I like his vision.
Great place to start.
I like his 1 foot in the ground and go. Like that's to me. I don't like.
Old school.
Let me ask you. You're an offensive lineman.
Yes.
What type of running back do you like? Do you like a guy that like looks, or do you like a guy that's like, there it is, I'm gone?
So again, and this we're all products of our environments. Mm-hmm. I was an offensive lineman in the early 2000s, which means I was raised on a heavy diet of zone. So the Shanahan zone, 1 step and go.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm more 1 foot in the ground, make a decision wherever the hole is, hit it hard. We're not here to. Every run can't be a home run,
but you can't probe. I don't want my running back to probe.
You're hurting your lineman. You're hurting yourself. You're hurting the flow of your offense. You're not building confidence. Like if I run inside zone and we get 2.5, I still know that we did the job right. Like, okay, all right, something's here. It's going to give. They can't be right all the time. We've got to find these teams, and that's the way.
You and I are on the same page.
Miami. Yes,
you and I are on the same page. I do not like running backs that probe, and I don't think Mark Fletcher is a probing running back.
No,
he's a guy that's like, if it's not A, then it's going to be B, and that's fine. And I'll take B. But he's not going to like try to push it to C into D. And by that, I mean the gaps, the actual.
Yeah.
The actual gaps. So, and I'm talking about it from a defensive standpoint.
Right.
You have left A, you have front side A, back side A, frontside A, frontside B, backside B. Then you have C, and then all the way out there is D. Like if you're Mark Fletcher never runs to the sideline.
North south every time.
North and south, like up and down. Let's go. So I think that's a good thing. To get to Malachi Toney.
That's their outside run game, for the record. That's Miami's outside run game. Is Malachi Toney in these screens.
They are the only team in college football that I think should call screens. Because everybody else
they ran that fucking bubble at the end of the Ole Miss game, and I think I cheered out loud.
Dude, the way can I just say something?
Yeah.
Because I was watching some Malachi Toney. If human being was running full speed, put their foot in the ground and went the back the other way, their entire knee would explode out of their body.
That's the
it would explode out of their body.
Your body can do a lot of weird shit when you're a young person.
But he's doing way more weird stuff. Like he can do things that other people can't do. And I think Marion's a good first option in terms of vertical. Mm-hmm. Is that his name, right? Let me see. Yeah, Marion. He's a good vertical option.
Yeah.
But I think Toney is the versatility when we talk about orbit, we talk about jet, when we talk about these switchbacks, like what we're dealing with now is a guy who can be a real problem. And I think that level of confusion can create a problem for Indiana, even though they are older, even though they are experienced, even though they understand, even though they're super disciplined. Good.
My counterpoint to that is they run so much zone that
my man. Dude, let's go. We're talking
to communicate through what you're talking about, because what you're talking about is designed to create mismatches and designed to create confusion. If I've got a week and a half and I'm cursing Nettie, and I know I love Mario Cristobal, he's done a very good job with this team. They're the most creative offense. So a lot of the motions we're talking about are designed to confuse 18, 19-year-old kids. These are grown-ass men playing this zone.
But, here's the thing. I'm going to pull back for a second.
Do it.
This is the thing. If you're playing man-to-man, Malachi Toney is a killer.
Murderer.
Straight up. Give him a knife. He's going to stab you straight in your throat. Mm-hmm. But if you're playing zone, and we got a guy here. Mm-hmm. We got a guy here.
Yep.
And then we have a guy here. That's three guys. So you got your stick man sitting sticks. You have a corner, outside force. You have a safety over top. All of a sudden, we can neutralize
it gets real congested.
Yeah. And then obviously we get to Carson Beck. I don't give a fuck about him at all. I'm sorry. I know he's had a really good year.
Everyone knows that Georgia fan didn't say shit about Beck. I didn't say shit. I've been over the top complimentary of the kid all year, for the record.
He's had a really good year. I'm saying that. I am saying it. I am saying that. He's had a pretty good year. I also don't think that he's I don't think he's a value.
He will throw a pick tonight.
I don't think he's value added.
That's a fair. I'm not going to debate you on that.
I think he's just he's there.
That's a truth fact.
I just don't think that he doesn't make me scared.
He shouldn't.
Mendoza makes me a little scared.
Yeah.
As a defensive guy.
Yeah.
I'm more scared of Mendoza than I am of Carson Beck.
The way you beat a guy who's got good ball placement is you play tight zone or tight man, but when you play tight man and run with his receivers, he will run on your ass. And let's make one thing very clear. This is a home game for him too.
Yeah. Yes, it is. And also, just for the record, we haven't talked about it. Indiana has two, and I'll say this, I'll put it in quotes, almost two 1,000-yard rushers.
Yeah.
Like they have a true
if
1,000-yard rusher. They have another guy that has 900 yards.
I think if they can soften up, if they can get to that run game early and soften up those edges, then it gets to be a real long night for Miami, because the biggest advantage Miami has is those guys off the edge screaming at Mendoza. And if you can run inside early and say, nah, man, y'all got to crash in and be run support, and you can't just freelance out here on the edge. Now
Right.
the play action game. Now I've got levels behind you. Now I'm throwing on the run. Now I'm getting Mendoza on the move. And I'm getting it's one of those things,
Bro.
like what you said beautifully earlier. This is a game, a sport where everything's interconnected. I can't take away something without exposing something else. And the thing about Indiana's offense is, the second they found something that works, you've opened up their entire playbook. If they can run on you, they can do whatever the fuck they want. And I think it's that knowledge that makes them the most dangerous team in this game. That's why I'm taking Indiana in this game. Who do you got, Felder?
I've got Indiana. I've already given out. Hang on, let me see if I wrote it down, because I'm trying to stay consistent. I've done so much radio and so much. What did I say? I think I said
what's the line
37-20 or something like that. I am 100% on. I think they win by 2 scores minimum.
Yeah, I think it's a 10-point game at least.
But I want Miami to win. It's good for the ACC.
It's good for college football if Miami wins.
I don't know that, but I know it's good for the ACC.
It's bad for me personally because the Miami people in my life. Because I like Le Batard show. I don't listen to my friends.
It's gonna reverberate, and then you have to deal with it for an entire year.
Officially worse if Miami wins.
But I'll say this: what if Indiana stomps them out? That's also
everyone's going to be hunting down. Then a bunch of small school coaches about to get a lot of money to try to be the next Dirk Signetti. Felder, tell everyone where they can find you. Are you watch the game? Are you going to be on the internet during the game tonight?
Yes, I will be on. I'll be on Blue Sky and on Twitter /X, whatever the fuck ever. I'm kind of pumped because my wife's out of town. I'm not pumped that she's out of town. She had to go to a funeral, but I am pumped that my daughter will be in. My daughter goes to bed at 7:30. This game's going to kick at 7:50. So I will get to watch this game. This is something that never happens in my life, ever. I will get to watch this game on the 85-inch TV that I paid for, that my wife and daughter use, and I never get to watch. So I'm going to get to see this game in 4K, high def, whole deal. And yes, I will be online. I will be tweeting. I'm set up. So let's go. It's felder.substack.com. I actually have a post that's going to go up a little bit later today. And yeah, my dad's here right now at my house, hanging out with my kid. And then we're going to go to Harris Teeter and figure out what we're going to have for dinner. And we're making waffles. She wanted waffles for lunch. We're going to have waffles for lunch.
Living the dream, brother. I
made a Dutch baby.
You told us about it last week. We'll talk about it more. I'm very happy.
Dude, no, I made it, and it was good.
I'm about to run this kid through a Walmart / Home Depot / something else, or a grocery store run, so he can get some energy out in the middle of this toddler ass day. But we'll be back on Friday. Probably won't have Felder on. I'll have someone else on to surprise you guys. But I'm very excited to be have this going on. Look, all season's coming. I'm going to talk to Felder more about it. But we've got to do, even though we're personnel groupings, we should do micro episodes where we just explain football. It's explain terminology, 10-minute episode. Just figure out some way to do it. I'll talk to you more about it offline. Again, guys, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for listening. Make sure you tell all your friends that they want a better class of sports show, that damn it, they deserve it. And damn it, we're right here for them. iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you can subscribe, make sure you do it. Share it. Pass along the good word of UD Pod. Is always brought to you by DanielPaulMortgages.com. If you can afford your rent, you can afford a mortgage. Brought to you by the MTR Network. Make sure you check out the latest insanity check that is out, because cases around the world, kind of knowingly, it's all very good fodder for the insanity check. That was your show. There is no outro. Go Hoosiers, go Canes, whatever you got tonight. Have fun, and we'll talk to you guys later on.